Why do we think poverty is fair, and what has that got to do with our fear of death? I'm Rachel, I'm a public and social policy consultant, and I want what I know to be what you know. Public and social policy is social psychology at scale, and today we're learning about system justification bias. It's one of the most powerful but least recognised cognitive biases that we possess, and it plays a huge part in politics, welfare debates, and inequality in general. System justification bias is a cognitive or mental process that stops us from seeing the reality of inequality around us and tells us that really the system is fair. Now, this video is about poverty and capitalism, but there is a very similar cognitive process going on when we think about death. So that we can go about our day, our brains protect and compartmentalise our fear of death. Because to face our mortality in a genuine way messes with our minds, like scream into the void, existential crisis, nihilist, messing with your mind. So your brain protects you from that. Even though we all know that one day we will die, we don't run around in abject fear of that day. We can't, because you just wouldn't get anything done. In order to protect ourselves from a similar sort of existential crisis around injustice and inequality, we kind of do the same things to ourselves. The same mental process is in place. This is the system justification bias. We convince ourselves and others that the system around us is fair, because if it wasn't, then how on earth would we justify success and failure? Now, this isn't just another moan that people living in poverty have about the system being unjust, because system justification bias affects those who are winning in the system as well as those who are losing. So just as sure as the fact that one day you will die, the system that we are living in is rigged. You are not taking part in a fair game. Intentional structural inequality is real. It's in our education system, our health provision, our tax and wage structures, our geography, our identity, our race, our gender, our age, where and when we're born. Policies, funding systems, justice systems, it's everything, everywhere, all the time. System is rigged. It's set up to benefit some groups and penalise others. Realising this can actually be really destabilising, believe me. So even if you are living in poverty, there is a part of your brain that is rationalising this by telling you that you are a victim of an overall fair game. Because to realise that you are a victim of a rigged game can be devastating. Equally, if you are doing well within the system and you find out that you didn't actually get there by your own merit and that the system was rigged in your favour and you were cheating all along, your perceptions of yourself as a good person, as a winner and not a loser, is undermined because you didn't earn that victory if the system was rigged. The loss of identity as a winner can shake you to the core. So instead of accepting that we've either been set up to fail or that our victories are worthless, our brains protect us in favour of this psychological safety, and this is the system justification bias. And once again, our policymakers know this, and this is the genius, the evil genius behind neoliberalism. The people benefiting from system justification bias know all too well that our brains have a tendency, have a need for us to see the overall system as fair. So they peddle the hard work narrative, the merit narrative, even the success stories that we hear are designed to tell us that the game actually is a fair game. And we see it in our policies like sanctions, behavioural conditions, the way that we moralise poverty. The 2-child limit is a brilliant example. Most of us think this is fair. It's not fair. It is setting up children to fail. It is intentionally putting children in poverty. How could that possibly be fair? And yet, brain still comes back time and time again to overall, on balance, it's fair. These stories feed our need for fairness, and it's everywhere, even in the dead behind the eyes pre-budget speeches that we've been seeing this week. If they can maintain that the illusion of the game is fair by feeding the system justification bias, then we won't realise and we won't rebel against the system. If you can sit with the discomfort that you might have been set up to fail or that you may not deserve the victory that you have, if you can face your mortality, so to speak, then we can break the system justification spell that we're under, and we could actually set up a system that is genuinely fair. Imagine that. The more you know, we need better policy.